Bob swindled Steve Jobs into selling Pixar. Can you see it in there?
I can see.
There was the time when Bob swindled George Lucas into selling Star Wars. Do you see George's face here? You see how nervous he looks? How nervous does he look?
I can't tell from here.
He looks terrified. Nervous. You want to know what happened too?
You think he had a gun underneath the table pointing at him?
He does. You see the
you can't see his hand. He's got like, sign 2-day pass. It took how many years for me to get a Friday and a Saturday pass? The 2 big days. I've always gotten a Thursday or a Sunday, the 2 worst days.
Yeah.
I finally got a Friday, Saturday, and I worked on PR. It's like, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
You just said yesterday you're making $20 million, and today you're saying stop being poor. So just keep your mouth shut on this.
All right, hello and welcome to episode 58 of the 30s podcast. My name is Clint.
My name is Uncle Marcus.
Hello, Uncle Marcus.
What's going on, Clint?
We got producer Caesar here.
Hi, everybody.
And oh my God.
Yes.
So, Podience, we record this on Thursdays usually.
Which, before you go too far, it's French Friday.
French Friday. So we're celebrating.
Yeah.
French
I don't know
Friday.
if it's today or tomorrow.
Friday.
Okay, we'll call it Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, okay.
That's what
It makes sense.
they make up those holidays.
So we'll be snacking on some delicious McDonald's French fries, which were piping hot when I bought them, and they're still pretty warm. I love a McDonald's French fry when they're fresh.
Yep. That's how they do it. That's how they
Not
engineer it.
always. They don't always do it fresh.
You think so?
No. I've had not fresh French fries before.
Fries have like a 2-minute shelf life.
Oh.
That's like the window is very small.
Oh, because
You
you
gotta eat
used to
fast.
work in fast food.
Yeah,
That's the rule.
Chick-fil-A. That was it was like anything older than like 6 minutes if it's sitting there, that's not good.
What do they do?
Gotta go. You should toss it.
Oh.
Sometimes they probably just stiff it in there.
Or someone eats it.
Someone eats it,
Yeah.
and they're just. It still tastes like a French fry, but it's cold. And you're like,
I've
this
done that.
is
I've eaten cold
it's whatever.
fries.
It's the
Anyway, enough
chemicals.
of this riveting conversation about French fries. What did you want to say before I cut you off?
Just that a lot came out today in entertainment news.
Yes.
Being that we're Thursday, it's just a crazy day.
Yeah.
Even though this will air on Monday, but it's like
It won't
we
be
don't
resolved.
know what'll happen by Monday.
I don't think anything's going to happen by Monday.
You don't think so?
No.
I
So
mean,
he's talking about...
yeah, it was like, what's going on?
Decided to take a bite instead of say what he's talking about. Talking about the strike that's happening right now. The Writers Guild of America have been on strike for like a month now, maybe.
It's been like 70-something days.
So like 2 months, a
Yeah.
little over 2 months. And I don't know when I don't know when negotiations whenever they fell through, because they were trying to negotiate better wages or just like, there's a lot of things they're negotiating,
Yeah.
but they didn't come to an agreement. So now the actors have gone on strike, which means like everything is shut down now.
Means everything is stopped.
Before it was stuff that we're probably going to get in a few years. We're
Yeah.
not going to get, but now everything has stopped.
Yeah, now it's like the Deadpool Wolverine movie stopped.
Yeah.
Who knows what other Star Wars stuff will stop? Who knows?
Everything.
Just everything.
Not just big budget stuff.
Those are the
like
first things that those are the only things that come to mind that I like scroll through Twitter and it's like, this stopped, because I'm sure there's 1,000 billion things that stopped too.
Everything.
Yeah.
All TV except for reality TV.
Yeah. Even stopped the Oppenheimer press tour.
like in the middle of
Yeah.
of the premiere in London, they were like, we can't be here because we're on strike now. So they
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Anyone with their SAG card who would be promoting anything they're working on is not going to promote it.
They can't.
And yeah, they can't.
Wow.
And would they lose their SAG membership?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way that, like when the writers one started, it looked like if you were to not be in the writers union and you took a job,
Mhm.
once the strike ends, they
You
would
don't-
kick
you
you out.
Yeah, and then you will not. You're like banned from SAG
Forever,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you worked non-union. So, which makes makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like the summary of what they want is really just to be just protected from these streamers, because the streamers, it happens, and it's like a lot with technology too, of like we have to have some kind of way to protect ourselves, especially as creatives, because I just keep thinking about it, where it's like throughout time and throughout everything, like there's always been like someone who's creative, an artist, and then there's these non-creative people that somehow like manage to like take advantage of the creatives and just get all the money for it,
Or have a say in how they do this.
Yeah,
stuff.
what do they why? It's like they have no creative bone in their body, and they're taking it all.
Yeah, it's like every movie most movies that you see, you're like, why is this so bad? Like, it's because non-creatives got their hands in there, like, oh, you should have this scene be 10 minutes instead of 8 minutes. And
Yeah.
like, oh, show this person a little bit more. And it's like, you're not a filmmaker, you're not a creative person. You're a money man. Just give us the money and we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
But then they somehow get their hands on everything.
And they just try to ruin
get
it.
all the rewards or reap all the benefits. And then
it's happened forever. And it's like, well, this is a really big one.
Yeah.
Because there is a way to make money as a writer. There's a way for that to work. But it's like, nope. And it's also might be that a lot of these are like Amazon and Apple, where they're like these giant companies that already don't care too much about workers or anything. So why would they care about, Jennifer Aniston, or include writer name here, like, like the Ted Lasso staff or something? It's like, why would they're just trying to produce more iPhones, They don't give a shit. They're just going to keep pumping it out.
And you see like big name actors stuff, like, so Fran Drescher.
Yeah, so isn't it interesting?
I had heard that a while back, and I was like, Fran Drescher's a SAG? That's interesting.
Yeah.
But she gives this like impassioned thing, speech, whatever. And I saw some people were like, well, you're rich, blah, blah, blah. It's like, she's speaking on behalf of every actor. So there's thousands and thousands of like working actors. You said Jennifer Aniston. She's not affected by this.
Yeah.
But
George Clooney's going to be okay.
Yeah,
George Clooney's fine.
But
yeah,
then
the top A-list people are fine.
The people that are like Chelsea or Brandon.
Yeah, I'm thinking of all our friends.
They have to work. They work, they're working actors, but they're not getting, like huge payouts from the roles they do. It's like, it's for them, like those are the ones that are really going to be affected by it. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is crazy that the nanny is the head of SAG. But
yeah. The nanny here to save us.
Yeah. And I don't know if she alluded to the nanny. She said like, wake up and smell the coffee. And I thought like, did she say that on the nanny? Is that like that
Probably
little tongue in cheek thing? Or she just say, because she's from New York, she's just like saying the thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't think during that serious speech.
I know that's why I was kind of
me.
like,
remember my big role?
because she is an actor. That as serious as she was being, that was a performance.
True.
So it was like, is she trying to be funny? Because is this the time? Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Fran Drescher, the head of SAG. I don't know how that happened, but
She seems
seems very
yes to it.
impassioned. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
I saw something this hasn't happened since 1960.
Yeah. And
both,
that was
both on strike, the writers and the actors. And I didn't read up on how that resolved, but
it resolved with them getting health benefits
Okay.
and like pensions. So like a real job kind of benefits and stuff, instead of just, oh, you're going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
And you'll get 5 pictures.
I'll be in
but
pictures.
no health care. So then once you get hurt, sorry, you're out of here.
Yeah.
So then in this one, it's literally like protection from the AI kind of stuff.
The AI thing is crazy.
And residuals. Because even one of my friends from Warner Brothers, he says I only got like a couple of residuals for stuff he's been in, because he's just done side stuff like a day part and something.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine just if he could like actually like survive off something like that.
Yeah.
People watching the one episode of How I Met Your Father, and then actually like, oh, I can actually like go eat food today, instead of just like, I'm auditioning again. And I think they even have like some kind of auditioning like protection too. Something to where it's like, because it's just so much of it is just such a shot of faith, where like, I guess I'm gonna just put myself out there and hope that they'll take me. And I was also listening to a podcast today, you made it weird with Pete Holmes. They were talking about how there's just no time when you really are safe as an actor, and they bring up like the Back to the Future thing.
Oh yeah,
where it was the first
Eric Stoltz,
and then he films like half the movie, and then he gets replaced. Like, god damn, there's like
I don't think he filmed half the movie.
There's a lot.
I think it was a couple.
Of the movie, filmed a lot of it, and like you could just get replaced like that. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So maybe there could be some kind of protection with that too, of like, we got you.
Yeah.
And if we don't use you, here's some money. You know.
Oh,
maybe.
I'm sure you
I don't know
for that.
Yeah, but then it would suck so much if you just got dropped after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lordy,
I think that one they just realized like, oh, we picked the wrong guy.
Maybe they were like, oh, we could get
the guy that we wanted.
The guy we want now, and
yeah.
it's been a few months. Okay, put him in there.
Yeah, that's just the business, I guess. It's just really any kind of like any kind of job, I think, where this is the product, the person is the product.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So if it's not working or you don't like it, then you just get rid of it or watch something else. So it's just, I think a lot of the nature of the job is harsh because you're being judged on you.
Yeah,
and not like if I were making sunglasses.
Yeah,
you know, like this is a product that I made, and then it goes off, and if someone doesn't like it, they don't have to buy it.
Yeah,
but then when it's you, I don't know.
And it's your face. You feel like it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's really not.
You have to separate it. That's why like actors, a lot of performers would be like, you just move on to the next thing. Because you can't internalize it because that's just how the nature of the job. So I wouldn't know, like the auditioning or casting security. I don't know how that would work, but
yeah,
it just sucks all around for everybody. The AI thing is scary. What was the thing we saw about you do one day of work?
Photo? Okay, so it's kind of lengthy, so I'll try to cut it short. But you could pull it up
right here.
Yeah, and this was yesterday. My friend Brian posted this, and he's like, "This is crazy." Which it must just be for someone like us who's not really in acting, you know, who might think, "Oh, this could be my big shot." And it says, "We're seeking professional actors with experience and credits to participate in an AI research project as an actor." So it tries to say like, "Oh, we still really need you for your skills, and we aim to create expressive avatars that can emote realistically within virtual environments. Please note that this project does not intend to replace actors, but rather requires their expertise to cover a broad range of emotions and micro emotions." So they want to just record you so they could use this for what looks like forever. Shooting is scheduled for July and it pays $300 for 2 hours of work. Your likeness and voice will be used to train an AI database for creating lifelike emotional images.
And it says, however, your individual likeness will not be used for any commercial purposes. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it.
It is a weird one-time payment thing of let's say $300. I don't know. Train an AI database for that's because it would be for just like background actors, I guess. People walking around in the background.
Because they're also trying to protect background actors too. Because there was something else I read where they wanted to take even just like your image of you walking in the background and replay that again and again and again. That's scary.
I feel like they might have done that before.
I mean, they do that. They definitely do it in animation. Because how else are you gonna make a bunch of people that walk in the background?
Yeah.
Like in Spider-Verse, I read that the animators would put themselves in it, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd probably do that too. But then you could be watching a movie like years later, and they're still playing your same like you walking the background.
Grandpa, that's you when you were a kid, right?
Oh yes, that's me.
Yes, that's me, and Made $300.
I made $300 off that picture.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
used me
it would
for
be
20
us
years.
who wouldn't be talking like that.
I don't know. We're not going to live that long.
We wouldn't have that mid-Atlantic
That's right.
accent, whatever.
That's right, Jenny.
I'm gonna have pictures. Yeah, that's
But it's
this
scary.
is just like a portal into scarier things.
Yeah.
Or just I don't know, eliminating the human element.
Mhm.
This like AI is already scary. Like the chat GPT is terrifying, and just
Yeah.
like anything that if it has your, if anything has your voice or your face, and then like we have recorded enough episodes that if someone fed all of what we've said into an AI thing, they could make an episode of this
Yeah, they could.
easily,
Yeah.
and it's just
That's spooky.
it's scary.
Caesar.
Yeah, it's
When you guys can't make it, I'm going to make an AI episode. and
Oh my
publish it.
gosh.
once it takes off, it's
Hello,
huge.
Marcus. I want to. Wait, stop. Marcus interrupting me.
We somehow start a trend of AI podcasts, and it takes off, and we learn how to make money off of it. I don't know.
Ooh.
Like, I haven't hosted an episode of that show in months. Yeah. I'm still putting them out.
It's the easiest job ever.
While I'm swimming in my hundreds like Scrooge McDuck. Like, oh, I haven't worked on that show in years.
More hundreds, Marcus, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the dimes bath.
You can't.
I'm going to go tanning outside
would
with
you-
my millions.
You
Scrooge
think-
McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck, you can't dive into coins.
Can't
You
do
would
that.
just hit them and splat.
That would hurt.
Anyway.
Too aggressive.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. We'll see
Mm-hmm.
what happens. Somebody had something to say today about the strike, and that was Bob Iger.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And-
So here we go. Here we go.
Okay, before you get too dressed up, he, I don't know if this was you or me that had this. Maybe we both did, but he's got the ears out.
You keep going.
Those are something he already owned, you guys. We did not buy them for the show.
No. Sorry. Stuff I already had.
In solidarity with the phrase.
Solidarity. I did not add to this.
Disney CEO Bob Iger says writers and actors are not being realistic with strikes. It's very disturbing to me. So that is definitely a headline. That's not the end all of what he said.
Right.
My goodness, what's on your back?
Oh my
It's
God.
is that a backpack or just a doll?
Should I do them? No.
Is that a backpack?
Should I just go no headphones? I'll go no headphones. Yeah, it's a backpack.
Okay, you
You
can put
you've
stuff
seen
inside
this
of it.
before? Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that before. Clutching a book.
You
what's,
haven't?
What's the little
Oh, so
pork?
this is a pork. Yes.
Okay, it's got a little beard on him.
Yes. So, anyways, but you were saying something about a Bob Iger.
Yeah, there's this man named Bob Iger we're talking about right now.
Bob.
I'm sure based on your appearance, you know who Bob Iger is, and also his face is on your chest.
Yes, I do. Yes, he is.
So it's interesting the take he has here because
Mhm.
I'm seeing a lot of people basically saying "fuck you, Bob Iger"
Yes.
for this
That
take,
was a lot of
which is a very
the comments.
reasonable take because what he's saying can easily be interpreted as stop being poor. And he does. I mean, it is hard not to get that from what he says, but what he's also saying is that this could be really destructive, this strike, because, it's pushing everything back. Who knows how long it's going to, I don't want to read that whole thing,
Yeah.
but who knows how long it's going to how it's going to go. And it affects everybody
Mhm.
to where you could get what you want, and they probably will get what they want, but it's like at what cost?
At what cost, Bob?
And I'm not supporting or not whatever the opposite. What's the opposite of support?
Denouncing?
Denouncing
Denouncing.
Bob Iger because I don't know I don't work in the industry and I don't know anything, but I can see how this can make people mad.
Oh yeah.
So I would like your take, since you seem like a Bob Iger super fan.
Oh yeah. Look at
Or
me.
just a Disney super fan in general.
Yes. This is my. I don't know how to say this, but I am a Disney adult. Uncle Marcus.
And that's the end of the 30s podcast.
I go
This is
on.
our final episode with two
going-
hosts. This may be a solo show. You're a Disney adult? Please,
I had to
elaborate.
come out and say it eventually. Because deep down, I just have Zippity Doo Dah playing in the background of my brain.
Lord.
I remember when I first met Robert Iger when he came into our lives back in 2005,
Okay.
and I thought, this guy is just the same. He's no different than anyone else.
Okay. Except he's
could he be-
filthy rich.
Now he is.
He was rich back then.
I learned about his time at ABC through this book, The Ride of a Lifetime, which now I feel like I'm getting to the very end of that ride, and it's breaking my heart, Robert. Oh, Robert, look at him. He classically put in Chadwick Boseman with himself and some other...
Was that
rich white guy,
written after he
some other
passed?
one. I think so. Okay. He had the classic moments of like when Bob swindled Steve Jobs into selling Pixar. Can you see it in there?
I can see.
There was the time when Bob swindled George Lucas into selling Star Wars. Do you see George's face here? You see how nervous he looks? How nervous does he look?
I can't tell from here.
He looks terrified.
Nervous.
You want to know what happened too?
You think he had a gun underneath the table pointing at him?
He does. You see the
You can't
photo?
see his hand. He's got like, sign
He's like, dear God, I got to do this
sign
now.
your life's work to me.
You better give this to me.
Yeah.
And because George is like, he's like, well, I have a little plan. I have a little plan for the pictures. And Bob's like, don't you say another word.
Plans changed.
We've altered the deal. Pray we don't alter it further. That's a Star Wars quote you didn't get.
Oh no.
Anyway, so we got me with my old pal Mickey in Tokyo.
Speaking of
Look
knowing
at
your
him.
audience.
And then look at this. Him with his crew de gras. Bob at Shanghai Disney.
There's a statue of
Do
him
you
there?
see that? Of Bob?
Oh, never mind.
That's
Oh.
our Lord and Savior, Walter Elias.
Stop
Disney.
saying R
What
when
is-
you're talking about these
R,
people.
of course, yes. You are not out, as I am. Apparently, the castle at Shanghai Disneyland is pretty big. But this book, you know, I thought, as a 30-something, still a 13-year-old at heart, could I have it all? And Robert Iger said, you can have Pixar, Bill Clinton, Donald. You could have Star Wars. I remember the day I was in the parks, because as a Disney adult, you know, you go in every other day and you get your special churros, which I love so much, and the pastries. And I learned that he got Star Wars. And that changed my life forever. There was was there a picture of Stan Lee? There was also when he got Marvel, when Marvel was like, it was trash. It really did. It was trash back then. And he found a way to take it and to turn it into what it is now.
I thought that was Kevin Feige.
Well, Bob had his hand in it. He did.
He had-
Oh, Bob. So, Bob, look.
So what is your take about Bob's take?
Why do you have to
Your
hurt
take
me,
on Bob's
Robert?
take. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Bob, why do you have to hurt me? Why? After all we've been through, after all the goddamn content I didn't want to watch, but I did, like Andor,
Andor?
everything on Hulu because it merged with Hulu, everything from Fox. Do you think I liked having to watch Andor? No, I had to because I had to watch it, and then I had to watch 3 different YouTubers and have them predict what they thought was going to happen, which didn't happen. And then I had to sit through every freaking Marvel series, like Secret Invasion right now. Do you know how upsetting it is?
I didn't watch
As
it.
such a Disney freak, with my Buzz Lightyear, like Astro Blasters, right on the hip as I'm watching this show, going, is this going anywhere? Why is it so scary? It's scaring me. It's scaring me, Bob. Make it happy again. Just make it as happy as it was when I first walked into those parks. When I was so young.
He extended
a
his
child.
time there.
I know. He's a sinister man.
Oh, he's got a nice
He's
smile.
terrible.
Look at
What
him.
else has he done?
He looks like he's a good,
Look at him.
good old guy.
Oh,
I've met
the
him once before.
betrayal.
He's nice.
did he? Was he nice to you?
Yeah, he said hello.
That's so kind of him.
And he looked me in the eye.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's more than
And then
Pastor
he,
Jack.
Then he moved on.
Oh my God.
Pastor Jack definitely looked me in the eye until he was able to identify me as stealing his credit card. Yeah, oh shit. It's just interesting that this happened the day after he like announced that he extended his time there
Classic Bob.
for like $20 million or something crazy.
Man.
And then he's like, stopped being poor the next day.
Right? Because this is like a book about how to like run a company.
I was going to say, after
That's, like,
everything
what
you
it's
just
really
said, I don't
about.
even know what that
Yeah.
book's about. So
It's
explain what that's
about-
about.
It's lessons learned from 15 years as CEO of, but it really is just, oh, I met with the da-da-da at Marvel. I became friends with Steve Jobs right before he died. Convenient to get Pixar. And then he just kind of like
Convenient. Do you think
explains.
that's a conspiracy?
Like what? Maybe.
Well, you just said convenient. Like
It's
convenient.
very convenient. He was passing away. Get Pixar. But Pixar and Disney and Apple, they were all kind of, because
they made movies together, right?
Steve Jobs, because he like funded Pixar at first.
Okay.
But then when they did like Toy Story till like before Brave, I don't know when like they merged at 2005 when he showed up. So that would have been around Cars. And they were just kind of like their own different things. But like in the book, he's like, I was watching the parade one day and I saw the old classic characters. And he's literally like talking trash on the new characters where he's like, the only good ones now are Pixar characters. And he's like, I got to have them. So he went and became friends with Steve Jobs, got Pixar from that.
Yeah.
So then he talks about Star Wars and it was, oh, well, I met with George and he really wanted to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just, and then he talks about Fox too. And it's like, what am I going to learn from this?
Like this man does a lot of talking.
He has a lot of talking. You have a lot of people because it's almost like there's a point where he's like, it's not like the 5 a.m. club, but where like you just assume that like every exec or like every billionaire wakes up at 5 a.m. or whatever to work out and then plot the fall of the earth.
Is that a thing? I would think they get up whenever they want.
They get up at the crack of dawn, Bob. Well, yeah, but Disney is just too big.
Yeah.
But then the next part he talks about like the time he was gone, he kind of trashes all the Marvel and Star Wars stuff that came out on TV. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
He
He
trashed
said
it.
it was too much.
Yeah, he said it was too much. And I'm like, here we go.
He's
You could have
not-
watched the show to figure that out.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, literally, it was... Secret Invasion was playing...
I don't really
And I was like, this is the most boring shit I've ever seen.
I don't know what he does outside of the parks, because I know he's really involved in the Disney parks. I don't know that he's involved too much in the like productions of their movies and stuff.
Well, like some examples in the book are...
Other than shaking hands and signing deals.
And then just stealing money. But he'd wake up, because he was talking about the day that they opened Shanghai Disneyland, and it was the same day that like a kid got eaten by an alligator at Disney World.
Wow.
And he's like trying to juggle that while then also talking to Fox about them wanting to sell. And then it just seems like he just has, like there's just
Wears
a lot of
hats.
deal making. But I also think that it's also people like Kathleen Kennedy who, because like Bob Iger doesn't say like, oh, you need to pick Tom Holland as the next Spider-Man. He doesn't do that. But he puts people in charge that make those decisions.
Yeah.
And then it kind of falls on him. And all these movies don't make the crazy money. But that's also it too. Like, if you expect every movie to be Endgame and Infinity War,
Yeah.
you're a psychopath. Like, you're not going to get that money.
No.
But then it's also the stuff that we've been talking about too of just remaking all these animated movies that worked as an animated movie, and then they still make a buttload of money, and they get to keep their little what Winnie the Pooh looks like for them, not lose the damn trademark thing. It's all just I don't know. What would you do if you were Bob Iger for, let's say, a week? What would you want? What would you want them to change? Other than enjoying millions.
I don't know if I'm the right one for that, because I don't watch any of this stuff anymore.
That would, honestly though, that would be a funny take.
Yeah.
Someone who's
just
not a Disney fan, like me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
going into it.
I think what a lot of these people don't really know how to do is, quote, read the room. They know like what how to make money, but then they don't really know like society, culture changes throughout the years. So they know like, oh, we know how to do this and that makes money, and they just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And we always go through shifts usually throughout decades where things kind of change. Like you realize that not everything works like it used to. So you have to change.
Yeah.
And that's why production companies go bankrupt, or studios go bankrupt because they don't change with the times. I think that's what's kind of happening now, or either they're I don't know. I'm going to talk in a circle. They're changing in the wrong ways, or just there's so much, the way we consume content now, there's just so much, especially like this. Like, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch any TV. I can't tell you one TV show that I watched. It's not it's not already old, it's not new TV shows. I don't watch any TV. I rarely watch movies. I saw Asteroid City though, Caesar. I want to talk to you about it. I rarely watch new movies because it's just I've changed in what I consume. Like I only listen to podcasts. I'm on YouTube all the time. I listen to music. I just don't watch TV or movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the only one that's like that. So just obviously going to be people that still watch TV and movies, but I think the way we consume entertainment now is just there's so many things you can go to. And like if you want to talk about TV and movies, there's how many streaming platforms that you have to pay for all of them. So you're obviously not going to, economy sucks. So like you can't afford to pay for all of them. So it's just a weird time for entertainment in general. I mean, it's not a surprise that writers and actors haven't gone on strike since 1960 together. Like there's a reason why that's such a big deal, because everything is changing. And so if I were Bob Iger, if I was Bob Iger and I wanted to succeed, from the good of like an artist, like I want things to do well, and who cares if I'm rich? I want things to be flourishing everywhere. I think what I would do, since he's kind of old, like again, olds in power doesn't work.
Yeah.
It works out for them because they make money. It doesn't work out for the rest of us. I would try and find a young, maybe not 20s, it's young, 30s, 40s even, someone in the 30s and 40s who's like, I don't know, more with the times than the olds are. So
and that's how I feel even with like the president.
Yeah, I don't want to get
Like
political.
an
But
olds,
it's exactly the same with
it's
politics.
like that
It's
too.
like the olds need to go.
Yeah.
Because they're no longer, they have no finger on the pulse of what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's the same for this kind of stuff. So if I were Iggy, I think that's what I would do. Is I would try and find the best youngish person. You don't want kids running the show.
Yeah.
The youngish person who's, kind of savvy about culture and like how to shift things and like invest. So like that company Amp, like, oh, that's a cool idea. Let's try and see what we can do on there. Because people listen to that. We can have maybe not radio like radio dramas.
Yeah.
Those are, they do them in other countries, but they're pretty much gone in America mostly. And I guess now you would say audiobooks. Like, why don't we do something like that? Like, because a lot of people listen to audiobooks nowadays.
Yeah,
Audible's a huge company. It's like, why don't we make, put a movie or a story on Audible, and because again, it's cheaper. You can just have to hire production and the actor, and then a whole thing, and it could take off. It's just that's what I would do. And it's like
good.
Like Iggy and all the other ones like him are so they know how to make money, and that's pretty much it. And the art suffers, but they still make the money. So I don't know. It's a weird slate.
Yeah.
So how was the book though?
Yeah. I mean, I liked
interesting
the book.
read.
Yeah. It was interesting hearing about those stories.
I think it'd be more interesting hearing before 2005, before he became Mr. Disney.
Well, he worked at ABC, so he talks a lot about running.
That
I think it was sports at ABC.
So the story of how he became so savvy with closing deals, because that's pretty much all he does is close deals.
Yeah.
Savvy doing that. I think that'd be an interesting story, but
Let me see if he has.
because he wasn't any kind of writer or anything creative, right?
No, but he has, like big points that it's like, okay, it's like a lot of virtues of So the first one is optimism, courage, focus, decisiveness, curiosity, fairness, thoughtfulness, and integrity. So it's like
Those are his keys.
those are the keys that he lives by, you know. So it's like oh, those are good virtues,
Yeah.
good values. That's probably also why like he was able to make all the deals too, because everyone's now like, oh, he's a dick, and that's why it's funny that like Disney freaks are so crazy about him, because he's like
It is
not innately like evil looking.
He is really well liked, I will say, in the parks.
Yeah.
That's what I know, and I was pretty stoked when he came back.
Yeah.
Because that other dude, Chapek or whatever, he screwed everything up.
Yeah.
That's you want to know everything is so expensive, guys? Because of him.
Mm-hmm.
And did the parks, okay? It's because of him. You know, I know why all the employees are, not all of them, a lot of them are flustered and unhappy and are living in their cars.
Yep.
Because of him. So when he left, it's like, oh, Iggy came back. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird time. It's a weird time. It's interesting to see what's going to happen. You know, Comic-Con's next week, and that's going to 2 weeks, and that's going to be the worst.
Yeah.
I probably will not be going.
Well,
but you know, it is what it is.
it's even more. It's not even like a. It's not like a. Oh, I just don't want to go. I don't want to like go and do it.
It's not going to
no
be.
one's going to be there.
It's going to be awful.
Yeah.
And already before when the writers went on strike, I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
But that was 2 months ago, and when I saw that it wasn't getting resolved, I'm like, and I don't know when, but like HBO Max said they weren't going to be there because of the writer's strike. They're not doing a Hall H, or Marvel's not going to be in a Hall H because of the writer's strike. Also because of what's his name, Jonathan Majors. Who knows what's going on with that man? So and since you know, Kang is like their big thing for the movies, they can't say anything about that.
Yeah, they're doing a hard rewrite on that.
Yeah, and then I saw some element of DC, I don't know what, is not going to be there, and I was like, "This people are pulling out. This is not good." And now the week before, the actors are all on strike, so they're not going to be there promoting their shit.
They won't be there.
I'm sure a lot of the directors are also SAG. They probably worked as an actor at some point, and they have their SAG cards. They're not going to be there. And I'm not driving to San Diego for comic books. Okay. I'm 34. All right. So I probably will not. And I finally got a 2-day pass. It took how many years for me to get a Friday and a Saturday pass? The 2 big days. I've always gotten a Thursday or a Sunday, the 2 worst days. Yeah. I finally got a Friday, Saturday, and I actually got that in 2020, and then 2020 happened. And then in 2021, they were like, oh, it's going to be virtual. So like, God. No and in 2022, I went that was my first like Comic-Con. It was like, they were still getting on their legs. And so this year was going to be the year. Yeah. And I got fucked again. So
that's how he really feels.
Meticulously crafted failure. Okay, it applies. It applies. It applies. You know, I'm just a fucking failure. Everything goes wrong for me. That's why I'm a Squidward. Everything goes wrong for me. So
just want to stay home and play my clarinet.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay home and probably pick up a shift. You know, I don't know, make some money. Pick up a shift at the Krusty Krab. Go slave for Iggy in the parks. You know,
while SpongeBob's waiting for toys in the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have a great time. Are you going to go? You're probably going to go.
Well, because if I think about the coolest parts of going, I knew that I couldn't get into Hall H or whatever when I've been. Mm-hmm. So I went to writers ones. Yeah. Where like I saw like all the CW writers, all these writers from shows. Writers there.
They won't be there. You can't be on the show floor all day. Even if it's the worst, it's so packed and it's hot and it's stinky and like you don't care about everything on the show floor and there's a lot of duplicates everywhere. It's like, what's the point? What is the point?
And once you saw the nerd thing you like, it's like, oh, it's going to be around the corner.
There's the thing I wanted to see, and I don't want to wait an hour in line to buy like an exclusive pin. Like it's not. It's so stupid. It's
nothing. Because what movie trailer could they show either?
They probably can't show anything. There's going to be no...
They can't.
Yeah, it'll be just
going to be
comics. It's just going to be Comic-Con. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Comic-Con.
Comics-Con.
Yeah, Comics-Con. There's going to be no television, film.
Yeah.
I think there'll be video game. Street Fighter is still doing some stuff there, so I would like to see that. But, you know, I'm okay.
So is this a world where we won't even have movie trailers come out?
it'll be a few months of that. It won't be a world of that, but
Damn.
yeah,
That's
across the
insane.
globe. In America, at least. I think other countries like UK is still probably. Are they part of SAG? I don't know.
No. Oh, I read
Well, I mean,
something that the House of Dragon is still going because they're
production.
not. They're a different
Yeah.
union. Somehow.
Yeah. So I mean, there'll be other stuff will be being made in other countries, but I don't know.
Oh, this is weird.
damn.
It's yeah, Comic-Con's gonna suck. It's a weird time. I get so amped up about that.
I don't know.
I mean, it makes
Well, it's
sense.
because you couldn't have it.
It's I couldn't get.
You didn't get it for a long time, and then it's like,
another fucking pin in my voodoo doll. Jesus.
It would happen to me.
Yeah, what's
damn
gonna
it.
happen next? You know, fuck. Made it dangled an offer in front of me. So like, hey, you want to do this thing with it? Want to write this thing with us, or you want to? Well, I'm non-union, so if I were to take a writing job now, so absolutely not, because I do want to be part of the union one day.
oh my god.
Damn.
So then is the thing you're working on gonna stop?
I can still work on it. I just can't shop it around.
Oh.
But
Hopefully it's
I think
gonna
in
be
solidarity,
good by
we're
then.
not supposed to be working. But you know,
Solidarity.
you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pursue shopping it around, my stuff around anywhere. But
Jeez.
I don't know. It's just it really. The part about him saying this is gonna suck for everybody, that is definitely true.
Yeah.
But also, like, read the room, bitch. Like, you're millions and millions of dollars. I don't know if you spoke to a PR team before you started talking, and they would have told. If I worked on PR, it's like, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
You just said yesterday you're making $20 million, and today you're saying stop being poor. So just just keep your mouth shut on this.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it's a bad look.
Mm-hmm.
And
it is weird because he's very good at having a good look.
yeah,
So to have the bad look, it's kind of
yeah, it's weird that
shocking a bit.
so liked, and then he just said
I
this
know.
one thing, and everyone's like, die.
Yeah.
How dare
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
I'm ripping up your book after I read it one more time.
you?
It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the actual picketing starts.
Yeah.
Today, they were like, okay, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, they're going to join the writers out there picketing. So we'll see what happens.
Man.
There was this thing where you can donate food to the writers. It's called like snack something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I gave them $5 today.
Oh wow.
They bring them like
Nice.
coffees and stuff while they're out on the they're out picketing. Why is that funny?
Oh, it's
he did the sound.
Oh,
you didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Kate's
Yeah.
cheering and applauding for
Oh,
you.
yes, thank you. Yes, I did the right thing. I'm not going down there. But do you want to say anything else about good old Iggy or the writer's strike? Or...
Oh, Iggy.
I had no idea that people called him Iggy.
I didn't.
I don't think people do call him Iggy.
You just do?
I've always called him Iggy.
Oh,
Yeah, I give nicknames
so
to
fancy.
people.
your own pet name.
Bob Iger, Iggy. Called him
don't
that
know.
for years.
I guess we'll see. I think because the actors are in on it, it should
It should shake things up.
shake it up and stop soon.
Because
By the
now,
end of the
now the
month,
money's
hopefully.
really going to stop.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe, but there are some things that I could go without.
like,
Like the Indiana Jones movie I saw.
Mm.
I could go without 1,000 Marvel TV shows.
you know,
So maybe Bob is right.
you know how you go without those?
Mhm.
You just don't watch them.
I don't now. Well, I'm becoming more like you, and I hate it.
Why?
No, it's
I hate
okay.
it.
Welcome to the dark side.
No,
It's
once-
so much brighter here.
It's just it's that feeling of like scrolling through a streaming service and going, I don't want to watch anything.
That's how I feel every time I open one of those things. So that's why I just listen to a podcast instead. Trust me, it's better on this side.
I know.
You'll have more fun.
YouTube is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live
Go
on YouTube.
True.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we live there.
Yeah. It allows us to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Disney Plus ain't gonna help us out.
Nope.
No.
No. Trash.
I saw this thing about Disney Plus, and it was through Instagram, but they pulled a show off of there, or a movie off of there that's just erased now,
Mhm.
which is crazy. Like
Mhm.
somebody
Well,
made
that's-
made
yeah.
a movie for streaming. There's no hard copy of it. There's
Yeah.
no Blu-ray anything, and they decided they didn't want it. I don't know how they make their money, but they decided, or maybe the views were low on it. They just erased it.
Yeah, that's like movies and TV. It has that history though,
Mhm.
where like when I was in class learning about like different cultural movies too, like because I grew up thinking like like there was a lot for like kids growing up. There's a lot of diverse TV shows, but then in school they would teach you, like there's all these white actors and not enough black, and I'm like. But then I'm studying film and I'm actually finding the old movies that were ran by like black culture, like black community. But then it just doesn't commercially be successful. So then it just disappears.
Yeah.
It's like how like Friends is commercially successful, but then it's just like that much more than like a Martin TV show. Where like I'm not, and then it's the thing where it's like I'm not trying to not watch Martin.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not as it's not accessible to me. It's just not around.
It's on HBO Max, by the way, because I watched it a few months ago.
Yeah, and
it's way
like
funnier
that
than
one
Friends.
is, and
way funnier than
pretty damn funny.
Friends.
It was not In Living Color. Was it In Living Color? No, that was
That's
the
a sketch
Wayans
show.
Brothers sketch show.
Yeah.
There's the other show with Queen Latifah in it. See, I don't even
different
remember
one.
the title.
With the LL Cool J too.
Yeah, because
Oh,
that
no.
was like the black version of
what is
Friends.
Look it up, Caesar.
Yeah, I got you.
But there was it with LL Cool J? Is it that
Maybe
one?
might
Because
might
there was
be.
one with
Yeah.
him and I think Kim Wayans
Yeah,
and maybe Maya or something. But that was a
Maybe.
really funny show.
it's another funny
And now
show,
it's gone.
but
It's a
because
re-
it doesn't make the millions of dollars,
Yeah.
we just don't see it, and then we forget about it, and that's why like it's sort of like revisionist history. When we erase stuff, we just think, oh, it never existed,
Yeah.
but it did.
Yes, it was there.
Yeah,
Maybe not a lot of it, but
Yeah.
it was sprinkled around.
yeah,
And it was funny. Yeah, Martin's a really funny show.
yeah. It's classic.
Yeah.
It's classic, and then I love movies he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
Living
That's-
Single.
Yeah, Living Single.
So is that the one
that
with
was
LL
the big one.
Cool J? Am I wrong?
Is he in it? I mean, I don't think he's part of the main cast.
Oh.
He was a main character, so maybe it's a different show.
Yeah, no, he's not in this one.
I liked Moesha when I was a kid too.
Oh yeah,
That was a funny show.
that's a cool show.
Sister.
Yeah,
But that I guess is pretty popular.
kind
It was
of.
on
Yeah,
what's that called? TJF
yeah,
or WB, whatever.
yeah.
I
ABC.
just remember the singing frog. You guys remember that? He was like the hello my baby. Hello. But he was a WB frog.
Ragtime gal. The
WB.
WB frog, yeah.
Sorry. I just aged myself. The podcast's called the 30s anyway. It doesn't matter. WB. Yeah, I think they were a part of that. Anyways, yeah, not Wayne's World. Wayne's Brothers.
Wayans Brothers?
Yeah. Although Wayne's World was good too. The Wayne's Brothers was a pretty funny show.
LL Cool J show is called In the House.
In the House.
In the
That's what it
House.
is. That was a really funny show.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucks. All these shows that just
Yeah.
go away.
They just go away because
And it
we
is a
don't-
lot of
we don't
black
pay the
shows.
money.
Remember like
Did we figure something out?
UPN? You remember UPN?
UPN, yeah.
They had a lot of,
Yeah.
quote, black shows on there, and they're all gone. They're not on any streaming.
Yeah.
If they are, they're not on the head of the. They're not the face of the stream. You have to
Yeah.
kind of search for them. So
Bernie Mac show.
Bernie
Mac show. That was a funny show.
Or even like at Warner Brothers, I think it was specifically because there
the,
was
the WWB.
because there's the hits that they teach you to say every time, and it's always like Friends, Batman,
you're talking about work.
Big
Okay.
Bang Theory, Ellen.
Mm.
But it's like there's just so much else that was there. But then like when all the guests don't know the reference, it like you stop saying it. So like
It could-
you could say, oh, the George Lopez talk show was here, and you
He
referenced
had a
him.
talk show.
He had a talk show
Oh, I remember that.
that filmed in
I know he had a TV show.
one of the stages like at the end of the tour
Yeah.
where like the Lethal Weapon TV show was in.
There's a Lethal Weapon TV show.
Yeah, but then we just don't remember because it's not one of the big, stupid, crazy hits. And we're like, oh, I guess that didn't exist anymore.
Mhm.
It's not freaking Star Wars, Marvel. But then it would be nice when you throw one of those to someone and they get it. It's like, oh, you did watch good content.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you are well rounded.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys seen the Miss Pat show?
Miss Pat.
No, I know who she is.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's a comedian.
Yeah, the comedian. Yeah.
It's only on BET Plus,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not gonna get that.
Oh.
But I want to watch that show because I hear it's hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen some YouTube clips, and it is pretty funny. But it's on BET Plus.
How am I
and
gonna get it? Yeah.
You have to pay for BET Plus, and it's nothing against BET, but what am I? I'm not really into that stuff, so I'm not gonna buy a subscription just to watch her show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? Maybe I would be into it if I
Maybe.
scrolled on there.
Yeah.
I had something about Warner Brothers related to this. I was watching a movie that just came out. It's called Joyride, and it's like a comedy movie.
Yeah.
And there's
Not
moments.
the one with Steve Zahn and Paul Walker.
No, that's a different one.
That's not a
That's a
comedy.
90s
But that is a great movie.
thriller.
Yeah.
So this one, it was made by Warner Brothers, and it had constant references to other franchises. It was kind of like Space Jam, even though it wasn't
Yeah.
like the characters were in it, but it was like they mentioned Harry Potter, they mentioned a new movie that's coming out by Greta Gerwig, and
Yeah.
like in that movie. And I was like, why are you advertising for Barbie
Yeah.
in this movie? Like, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Like literally subtle like references to other things.
That's weird. Like sometimes it's fun,
Yeah.
but then other times
Yeah.
it's
I
cringy.
think it depends.
It depends,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Sometimes
that
it
could easily just be
works.
because we own everything, we're gonna use it.
You know,
Like Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah.
you know what's
That was cringy.
a movie that did it that I actually liked was you ever see Josie and the Pussycats?
I
Yeah.
remember watching it a long
Where
time ago.
everything in the background is like Coke, Sony, Sega, like it's just all advertising for other I'm sure they had a stake in the movies or for that studio, but it actually was kind of funny. And then the plot of the movie is about like them using them for brand basically, but
Yeah.
That's exactly what's
it
happening.
kind of
That's
works.
good.
So
Yeah.
it was
So it's
kinda-
funny.
It was satire
Yeah.
that they're like the whole movie is ads everywhere, so it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to Wreck-It Ralph 2. Or even the first one because they use other video games in there, like Sonic's in it, and
Yeah.
some Street Fighter characters are in there.
Space Jam 2 is also an
Space Jam
example of
2,
that, where-
it's definitely just an IP thing.
Yeah.
We're just going to show everything we own because we can, because it's free and it's ads.
I didn't see Space Jam 2.
You didn't need to.
yeah, you saved yourself.
I really only did because it filmed when I was there. That's about it.
Well,
That's it.
I'm glad you're learning some stuff.
Yeah. Growth. Growth.
Just moving to other more fulfilling content.
Yeah.
I guess instead of
That's all we can do.
being upset after everything you watch. Every
I'm
time
so
it's-
upset I wasted 30 hours again
Yeah.
on another
I don't
Star
think
Wars
you've
thing.
told me one thing you've liked since we've done this show, like a TV show. Or it's like, I watched the
TV,
Star
wow.
Wars.
Well, The Bear.
The Bear's
I
amazing.
like The Bear.
Okay.
I just finished
I
that.
liked Barry, but it's because my show's ended. So it's like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
Succession
Same.
ended.
Succession. Yeah, those shows have a shelf life too. They're not going to keep going forever. There's not going to be Barry 2,
It's
right?
good. Thank
The
God.
very
Yeah.
beginning,
It's definitely, there's definitely no Barry. two.
beginning, middle, end. I'm sure it's Succession has a beginning, middle, end.
Yeah. It ended pretty well.
What else did you say? The Bear. Well,
Well, that's
they're
still
Bears
going.
keep
the Bears
still
still
going.
going.
I hope.
It's a new
Yeah.
show.
But it was just so different from season 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, you hope that they get to do season 3.
Did you hear that?
Oh, this chair squeaks
Oh,
sometimes.
that's me.
It didn't sound like a
yelling.
chair.
Really?
Sounds
Sound
like
like
someone yelling.
A ghostly whale. Like, this is a chair.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's not what it
You're
was.
gonna have to wait with me while I pack up today.
This is the haunted episode.
I'm out of here. Okay. What else? We have other things here that you brought up. I saw Fast and the Furious. So do you want to talk about this at all?
I mean, yeah, you could play the video. They're basically just doing street racing in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Look at them go.
Oh.
This is how you know that San Francisco is just going downhill.
Dude, I've seen this happen at the corner here of the
Oof.
studio. Oh my
Oof.
god!
Well, I'll start over.
Here at the
This
studio?
happens everywhere, though. I think,
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially in big cities.
it's harder to stop them. Oh, got him.
Oh,
no.
He's still spinning.
He's still
Oh,
spun.
no. It just looks like Oakland police. Oh, it's in Oakland.
Dang.
Does that change it?
Don't want to go.
Oh, the infrared camera version? I
Wow.
Oh, from the helicopter?
want to see how that.
Infrared. You just see all these white spots on the car.
Yeah.
You're like, what's on the car? Like, oh, we just came from a
It was a
porn
movie.
shoot. Yeah. We came from. Never mind. I have to think of a porn name for Fast and the Furious. Like, these cars were used in Fast and Furious STD. I don't know. Fast and Furious backdoor ladies. I don't know.
Fast,
ladies.
Fast XXX.
Fast XXX.
There it
we
is.
go.
You know the house from the original Fast and Furious is in like LA? You can
Yeah.
like go and visit it.
Yeah.
I think
Which
you need to go
area
and
is it?
visit. My friend told me it's like in one of those places that Silver Lake.
Silver Lake.
Oh,
yeah. Because last time I drove through there, I was like, this has got to be it. This is the area. Then I think they rebuild the house in a stage.
Oh wow!
I think I saw back when we
I'm sure
used to watch movies.
I'm sure they shot the interiors on a stage somewhere.
You do
Yeah.
a podcast outside the house.
That's the
table.
So we're outside here, the legendary Toretto house that blew up cannonly, and then they rebuilt it. And,
It blew up,
yeah, in one of them.
and they rebuilt it perfectly.
Yeah. Looks the same. It looks the same.
Even that movie,
Then it gets trashed in the new one.
this is the 10, right? Okay, so they've all been huge successes. This one did not perform as expected.
Did it?
So even Fast and the
Damn.
Furious, people are like,
Oh, no.
okay,
Enough.
maybe not Clint, but
I mean, they don't want white boys and Latinas and a diverse family of thieves
maybe not.
exploding cars.
Maybe not with these white boys and Latinos. They want new ones.
Oh, wow. I could use new ones.
Yeah.
But they add so many of the like old cast. Like it's like a
They keep bringing them back.
what do they call it? Ensemble picture?
Yeah,
now.
it's totally an ensemble. Yeah. It's been an ensemble since like the 5th one.
Yeah.
Since Fast 5. That's the last one I think was actually pretty good.
Who needs to
Really?
be
5?
5? Yeah, that's the one I watched.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not missing anything on that either.
You're all right.
Yeah, this happens to big cities. I've seen it before.
Oh, you've seen it before? In front of you?
No, like I've seen new stuff about it before.
But man,
People just spinning out on the road.
they just do whatever they want.
Yeah, when I saw it here at the studio, the traffic just kept building up because we were like, okay, when are you done, dude? Like, 'cause there was just one guy doing it by himself.
Oh,
That's weird.
Yeah, normally they're accompanied by like a block party.
Like
and
a
stuff.
homie.
Issues. Oh, fail.
You don't do it in a parking lot with lampposts. The aftermath. All right. Oh, who's
I'm
this
gonna
guy?
close that video. It's playing the audio.
Oh,
Well, I turned it down.
Okay.
Oakland
Well,
Council.
we've got time for one more, so do
Let's
this
see.
one. Stanley Tucci tried to break up with Emily Blunt's sister Felicity over 21-year age gap. I was afraid. Okay, so why did you want to?
So this is one where I don't know. I don't know what. I guess as you get older, the age gap thing isn't such a big deal. But a 21-year age gap,
Damn.
that's a
You
lot.
know when that becomes a big deal is when the elder part. So Tucci is 62.
Yeah.
It becomes a big deal for him in a few years because she's 21 years younger, so she's 41.
41, yeah.
When she's 51, 72 sounds a lot older than 62. When she's 61, 82 sounds a lot older than 62. And she's going to have to be the one who's wiping his ass and taking care of him and blah, 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 blah. And when she's in her 50s, and it's like, when you're in your 50s, you're still not that old and you can still fuck. Like,
Right.
she's gonna be, I'm stuck with this old guy.
For
So,
only like
Yeah.
another 30 years.
yeah,
maybe.
so it isn't a big deal until it is a big deal, you know?
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
And
I like that.
yeah, it's better if it's a woman because they usually can still, you know, like when they're younger. It's
Yeah.
like a younger man. I don't know. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Take that back. Cut that part out. It's not better for anybody, but
No, but yeah, you would be like, oh,
it doesn't matter. It wouldn't
It's
matter like at our ages so much if
yeah.
there was someone 21 years older than us, but it's gonna matter when you get older. And then they're obviously gonna die first unless there's some accident. And
would you be with a 40-year-old?
well, 40 is only 5 years older than me.
Well,
Would you be with a 50-year-old?
50-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
like,
I feel like there'd have to be the money thing in. Like they gotta.
There's
probably
got to be
have money,
bringing
right?
something to the table.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What about you? I don't
It's
know.
gotta-
It's hard to say.
I don't know
I don't want to
because
sound superficial, but
I don't know. Like
age is
even
a
like
number. It is
10
a
years
thing.
feels hard, but then it's
At
like
this age, it feels hard.
I don't know. It just feels like
about 10
it's
years
just,
younger?
There's just like 10 years younger. It
No,
feels
absolutely
different.
not. Yeah.
Well, I'm not like I don't know. It's just like it just feels like there's a disconnect. So I guess if
Yeah.
there's no disconnect as much,
Right.
then it could work.
There are those people that kind of are able to connect to
Yeah.
whatever. It's not a big deal.
You can just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
he's at that age. I just saw breast cancer, so I thought of that too.
Oh.
Especially for men, like this. That's the age when stuff starts to like get scary.
Mhm.
You know, like heart stuff or prostate stuff. I was gonna say prolapse stuff, prostate stuff, which let's go hand in hand, or hole in hole. Where things can there's no boom boom button on that. So that kind of stuff starts to happen when you get to be in your 60s too. Like, look at our dads; they're not what they used to be. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Oh, that's Emily Blunt.
Blunts.
That's her sister. I didn't even know. I thought they were talking about, for a while, I thought they were talking about Emily Deschanel, Zoe Deschanel's sister.
Oh, okay.
I know who they're
I
talking
didn't know Zoe Deschanel had a sister.
She's the Bones
The Bones lady.
lady.
Bones lady.
Bones.
She's the actress in the show Bones. Have you ever seen that? Oh.
TV show.
No.
Oh yeah, he hasn't seen TV in
But that's
30
old.
years.
Yeah.
That's an
Sounds
old
familiar. Is the guy from Angel on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he
Sounds
knows.
familiar. I don't know what it is though.
Me neither. I just know it's
Honestly, I
called
don't really
Bones.
know either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not called Bones?
It's called Bones. That's
it's
all I
called
know
Bones.
That's
about
all
it.
we
Okay.
know.
You think it's about a morgue or something? Or a crypt?
Well, I think she's
Coffins?
She analyzes the
Forensics.
Forensics.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I got it. Bones. Black China.
Oh.
And on that, we're done. Well, we are at the time anyway, so thank you for being here, you guys. It was a very fun episode talking about the WGA and SAG and just how it's going to be a weird few months. And hopefully it's one of the... I had a conversation with my friend about the post-COVID. Because in 2020 everything kind of got fucked and everything was like businesses were weird and productions got moved around and it felt like a really bleak time. And I thought like, well, usually when that happens, we go into a time of renaissance.
Yeah.
So, and I did definitely feel that way. Not necessarily TV and movies, but just how like comedy and podcasting and just like individual creators really blossoming in 2021 and 2022, and now even in 2023. I just watched Sledgehammer finally, and then I like Ball Hog more, but then
A little bit. He did
a video.
There's some good jokes though.
There was a video about like the making of it and all that, and I was really like, oh my god, comedians are flourishing. But where I felt like we're entering into time of renaissance, because that happens after a fall. And this could be a good sign of that, of everything kind of like getting a hard reset almost, and then flourishing afterwards. So
Right. Hopefully
that's...
I pray that's what's going to happen.
Hopefully that's what's going to happen after this.
Yeah.
And
you go through the hard stuff, but then re-emerge just freaking owning it.
Yeah, your things change and...
Like the Phoenix.
Yeah, like the Phoenix. So yeah, thank you for being here. Caesar, plug your huge resume.
You can follow me personally at I am Caesar Rod. You can follow the other show that I do with my wife Carla and Caesar's Modern Life. We're gonna get started on more new episodes of that. And then if you want me to produce a podcast for you, hit me up at Rodriguez Podcast. RodriguezPodcast.com is the website as well. You can reach me there. And yeah, that's it.
At the _Clint show. And we're just gonna be making more stuff. It's happening. Nothing can stop us.
Yeah, it's all happening. Uncle 2_ Marcus on everything. The 30s pod or 30s podcast on everything else. Or everything else. What else is there?
Threads.
Yeah, we're on there.
There you go.
Until Threads, until they do what they say they're gonna do, there's not much to do on there right now.
Yeah.
Still Twitter. Sorry, Twitter is still superior until Threads, goes into version 2.0, whatever they're doing. So yeah, Threads as well. But yeah, thanks for being here. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.